Welcome to RasslinRantsandReviews, and this is episode 15, and as always, I'm your host, Big Mike. And tonight we're going to be reviewing and giving the results to Monday Night Raw. That's right. Monday Night Raw. Put on your seatbelts, folks, because this is a bumpy ride this week, I'm telling you. Not a fun show. At least not to me, anyways. You'll see in my review, so let's start. We open up Raw, and we go right to The Rock. The Rock is coming to us once again via satellite from what appears to be his home or his office. And he's on the phone. He's talking to, I don't think I got anybody's name, but in short, he's cutting up Cena and his whole knockout punch last week that obviously didn't knock out The Rock, but it knocked us out, the fans, put us to sleep. It wasn't a good promo by Cena last week. Not even the shirt. He had a stab at him with the shirt. I bring it via satellite, whatever, you know. But The Rock informs us that Cena is in the house tonight. He's actually at The Rock's. What do we get? We get 7-year-old Maddie B. For all of you YouTube guys out there or gals that visit YouTube a lot, you may know who Maddie B is. He's a 7-year-old or 8-year-old boy. He's quite the sensation on YouTube. You might want to check him out, Maddie B. But anyways, he's dressed up as John Cena, gives a little rap. The Rock sits down with him, talks to him man to boy. As if he's John Cena, telling him all his wrong, faults, etc. Pretty entertaining interview, or promo, I should say, but it's not one of the best that The Rock's done in the last few weeks, anyways. Or at least not to me. We go to the ring after that. We have The Miz. Miz is in the ring. Hold on. Yeah. He just goes on and declares that he's awesome. He runs down the show from last week, how he's had the Rock, or Cena's number for the last 3 weeks, kind of got the better upper hand of him, and how he snuck around him last week and gave him the beat down, and then, he gave it back to The Rock, letting him know that he's awesome and whatnot. A good promo by The Miz, good retaliation from The Rock, what he said earlier, because The Rock got pretty serious on The Miz in the opening promo, if I failed to say so. But he had a good promo part for The Miz. But anyways, General Manager Dinger goes off. It's announced that both The Miz and Cena will face people they have never fought before in their lives or in their career. Cena will fight Alberto Del Rio later, and right now it'll be The Miz versus Great Khali. And before I go any further, I forgot to mention to you, Michael Cole is ringside in a bulletproof glass cubicle by himself with his own monitor with his face on it. Not just on the monitor on the screen, but all over, plastered. And again, it didn't make sense that he left the cubicle to answer the GM call, only to be interrupted for the King to do it. So, anyways, making no sense there. So we come back from commercial. You got The Miz versus Khali. Not very good. Not very good. What happens? Oh yeah, Khali wouldn't break the hold on The Miz, so he gets disqualified. Alex Riley runs out of the crowd to save The Miz. The Miz gets a chair, and he beats down Khali with the chair. The chair literally breaks over Khali's back, and it's hanging, and he goes to hit him again, and he's trying to hold it so it doesn't puncture him or hurt him, but it does go on to puncture him in the lower back. And that's the end of that match, end of that segment. Michael Cole gets on the mic, and he said he's going to expose Jerry Lawler later tonight, and he has someone from Lawler's past, and he's going to confront him later on in the evening as well. We get some hype from Mason Ryan and Randy Orton. Before we go to commercial, we come back, we get a video package hyping Triple H and The Undertaker once again, even though, I'll let you know now, that neither one of them appear on Raw. We're just getting a hyping video package. We come back, we see John Morrison in the back with Snooki. Don't even want to get into Snooki, why she's even at Raw's. Kills me. I know she's all over right now. She's the flavor of the week or the month. And I know going into WrestleMania, WWE always has somebody, whether it's Kid Rock or the Kardashians or whoever's in the media, mostly that year. They have somebody for, to do that, but not Snooki. Not the Jersey whore. But anyway, she's there backstage with John Morrison, talking it up. Dolph Ziggler appears with Vicky Guerrero. Vicky Guerrero says she's going to be on Playboy. Snooki says, well, you're going to have to be in the centerfold because, you can't fit all that on one page, blah, 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 blah. A little back and forth. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. At the end, Snooki ends up slapping Vicky also across the face. United States title match, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. If Sheamus loses, he's got to quit the WWE. Sheamus didn't come out with the King gimmick, which is cool. I like that. Maybe he's going to be a little more serious and go back on that path of destruction he once had before he held the title for the first time. It'd be great to see that. But yes, it's Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. And it's a great match. Daniel Bryan can pull a match on anybody, but Sheamus don't suck. Depends who you put him in there with. But very good match. Sheamus ends up winning the U.S. title after a decent match, and he gives him the bro kick or the road kick to Daniel Bryan from the top rope. And what I mean by that, Bryan had leapt from the top rope, and Sheamus boots him in the face, takes his head off. Michael Cole then stands up in his cube and says that he's about to destroy Lawler. And that'll be happening after the commercial break. We're back from the commercial. We see what happened last week with Stone Cold signing the contract instead of JBL. Blah 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 blah. Michael Cole makes his announcement, and who is it? And I called it. I was talking with a friend via the computer while I was watching Raw, and she says, because she's seen it elsewhere at a different time, and she's seen who was going to be in the ring as whatever, and she's like, can you guess? And I guessed either Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexy, or Jimmy Hart, and I was right with Grandmaster Sexy. He came out, it was very, very bad, really. Was it a surprise? Probably, yes. Yes, it was. Predictable a little bit, because I predicted it right. But it was bad. It was a bad promo. All it was like, oh, you're a bad dad, you're all over the world, I don't want your name, you're a disgrace. Excuse me. He left. Things heated up. JR came out. He didn't beat down. He told Michael Cole, gave him a little bit of a verbal beatdown, trying to put him in his place. Out of nowhere comes Jack Swagger, slaps Lawler, gets in the ring, gives the ankle lock to JR. Michael Cole then puts an ankle lock on JR. Then Lawler comes in, and he gets an ankle lock from them both as well. Josh Matthews hypes up Cena versus Alberto Del Rio. Then we go to commercial. We come back. It's Mason Ryan versus Randy Orton. Here I am thinking Mason Ryan's going to win and be the sole survivor of Nexus to be in the corner of CM Punk at WrestleMania, but I am wrong. Orton got the surprise RKO on him out of nowhere. Looked like Mason may be going for his finisher. It was a very short match, really. And Orton wins. Put it that way. So Mason's out of WrestleMania. CM Punk will be doing it alone. Mason then also receives a punt, and as he punts him in the head, CM Punk comes into the ring just to have a stare down. They're both in the Viper position, I guess you can say. And there's a stare down, and CM Punk leaves. We get a Hall of Fame video package after, and we have someone going into the celebrity wing this year, like Pete Rose and Refrigerator Perry and others. We're going to have Drew Carey. I don't think Drew Carey did a lot. I remember him from the Royal Rumble, I think 2001? Maybe it was later than that, 2000. I can't remember. But he eliminated himself, and I think maybe he was on a SmackDown episode once. And that's it. But anyways, congrats to Drew Carey for going to the Hall of Fame. Coleman stands up in his cue again and welcomes all to his coal mine. Cole says he's going to use that same move that he used to defeat Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania. Coleman mocks JR a little bit. Matthews hypes Cena and Del Rio for later. You go in the back, you see Trish Stratus and Snooki walking backstage. You see Zack Ryder, he walks up and he shows Snooki his abs and he says, "How do you like this situation?" She said it's pretty solid and walks off with Trish and we go to commercial. Back from commercial, now comes Snooki from the Jersey Shore. She calls just Trish Stratus. I think that's what she called her. Gave up her name the wrong way. Vicky comes out, as does Trish. They have their match because it's Vicky versus Trish. In a no DQ match, if Vicky wins, she's allowed to stay on Raw. Sorry, I'm still fighting this cold a week later. It's terrible. I got everything I got. Oh, we're not talking about that. So anyways, Vicky wins. She gets to stay on Raw. What do we have? Yeah, there's a couple funny bits. Vicky Guerrero tries to fight Trish Stratus off with her shoe, like in fencing motion and stuff. Trish spanks Vicky with the shoe. Dolph Ziggler runs in the ring to stop anything that's going on. Then Morrison comes out. McCool ends up getting the best. Or Laycool comes out then also, gets the best of Trish. Vicky wins. Then from there, we go to find out that Vicky's had enough, blah, 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 blah. So she makes a match for WrestleMania. I don't know how she can. Just because she's on Raw, I don't think she's a general manager. But she makes the match. It is Dolph Ziggler and Laycool versus Trish Stratus, John Morrison, and Snooki. The Oompa Loompa. That's right. Just give her a little bit of green hair. It should be the perfect Oompa Loompa because she's got a spray tan or whatever, and she's turning orange. She's about as tall as one, and she wears the poof. Check it out. I'll have to put a vignette up or something later. Oompa Loompa, Snooki, and matches. Back from commercial, we get another Vicky video package. Actually, the same video package from last week for Sin Cara. Doesn't say when he's coming, but just another video for Sin Cara. We go to the ring, where it's Ricardo Rodriguez. He announces Alberto Del Rio, who comes in and throws Clay. Let's go. Then Cena enters the ring. Starts out to be one that looks like to be a good match. Some pretty good stuff. Even Cena, he throws a drop kick in there. I couldn't believe it. I almost fell off my chair. And he threw in a drop kick. I couldn't believe it. We go to commercial during the break, or during the main event. And as we go to commercial, Michael Cole announces that The Rock will be here when we get back. He'll be here. He'll be here. Well, what happens? The Rock. That's right. The Rock's music hits. Oh no, my bad. He goes for the attitude adjustment on Del Rio, but Brodus Clay interferes and Cena wins via DQ. After the match, there's a bit of a beatdown. Del Rio and Brodus Clay until The Rock's music hits, and here he comes. It's The Miz with a skull cap on and an I Bring It shirt. And you know what? He owns Cena again this week. He owned him. He kicked his butt, gave him a rock bottom, did the whole rock spiel. Took him up to the end of the ramp, DDT'd him on the fucking grater, put him onto the big spinning W, the logo. He beat him up. He took him to school. No offense really from Cena, and we leave with The Miz standing over Cena. And that's it. I'll leave you there with that image, with The Miz standing over Cena. I am Big Mike, and that was Wrestling Rants and Reviews. Don't forget to subscribe, like or dislike, and also comment, or send an email. Signing off for Wrestling Rants and Reviews.